He's in perfect control, man. But the so-called white man thinks that Satan is against God. He's in a trick bag, man. He's been fooled.
Right, yeah, what you just said, I remember I had a dream that everything's been logged in, and it was a dream vision, half asleep, half awake. And the Most High showed me a log, like when you go into an office, you see the cabinet, the filing cabinet.
Yeah.
And everything's logged and filed. So everything they've been doing, as you said, on the Philip Lawrence movie, documentary, everything they was recording inside the house of the Edomites, what they were saying. Everything they've been doing to Jake, everything Esau's been doing to Jake has been logged and filed.
That's right.
So everything they've done, all their crimes has been logged and filed, so they haven't got away with not one thing.
Yeah, they got no way, but hey, but that file must reach up to heaven, man. You know, like the Tower of Babel, because they've been doing all kinds of wickedness to us. But the Lord said, what is in the dark shall come to light, man.
And they thought they have gotten away with it.
They thought they got away with it. That's right. That's right. Some of them think, but you know what? Some of them know that they're going to happen. Like that cracker, remember last year? The down south one, he made a video saying that white people are scared that blacks are going to take them out. Yeah, man. And he was a country hit down south, you know? And he actually, the Lord put the spirit in him to tell the truth, you know? Without that spirit, he's just a devil, but he spoke a lot of truth. You know?
Obadiah 1:10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee.
That's why they're trying to close all the books down south and say we're involuntary servants rather than slaves.
And thou shalt be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces and foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem.
And lots means what? Auctions, man. But Jerusalem is a people, us Israelites, rather than a place. It's a place, but we are Jerusalem. Like Yahushua said, the kingdom of heaven is in us. And it is in us because it's going to be on earth, man. It's the remnant, we're going to inherit that. Lord willing, Yahushua.
Even thou wast as one of them, but thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, and the day that he became a stranger.
That's it. See?
Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction.
And they did that with Stephen Lawrence, man. They rejoiced over killing him, man. You know? When they had the undercover camera, those guys, and the Lord is beautiful, because the guy had a knife and he was doing that, innit? He was doing that. And the authorities showed that that's how Stephen Lawrence got his fatal stab wound. And that's what his friend said. He said he thought it was a metal bar or whatever, but it was a knife, and he went, hit him there, must have hit an artery, and he just bled to death, man.
They say, neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress.
There you go. And I warn you, when you watch this Stephen Lawrence documentary, it has the police that were there on the original investigation. There are 3 of them that are they're completely wicked, man. They had no mercy. I mean, one of them said, oh, Doreen Lawrence and her team, I've become a formidable force. And you know what he said? Because he hates her so much, he goes, well, if she was on her own, she'll be nothing. But her legal team, you know, they think that all the police service is racist. You know what he said? Utter rubbish. That's how the white man feels about your oppression, man. He speaks wickedly when concerning oppression.
Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity.
Like 70 AD.
Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity.
Yep. And that queen has got a stone under her throne called the stone of Jacob. I think they got it from West Africa.
Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. The Edomites, must have helped the Babylonians. The Edomites, they helped the ancient Babylonians destroy us. The ones of us that escaped, the Edomites must have done help them, innit?
Oh yeah, because they were cheering it on, man. You know?
Raise it.
Yeah, raise it. Look at that, Psalms 139 and 21.
This is Ezekiel 35 and 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and have shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
That bit is very deep. At the time of their calamity, when their iniquity, sin upon sin, what did it say? Have a what?
It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I liveth, saith Yahweh, the power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee.
And when we say blood, we're not talking about the ones that them crackers that drink blood, all right? We're gonna have their blood, man, all right? Like, you know what? All those films like Hostel and that, they do those things, man. They do those. Listen, this white man ain't got a great imagination. Like Star Wars and all that, he got it from the scriptures. He knows the chariots, man.
And it says, say if thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
That's why, again, yesterday when I saw that Hillsborough program and the crackers were crying that, you know, they went to a football match and never came home. I partied that day. Yeah, I had a few drinks, man. You know, and the next time the Lord judges these crackers in mass, I'm gonna invite all these brothers over and we're gonna praise the Heavenly Father, man.
That's right.
That's how we deal with our enemies, man. Alright? But right now, we have to be harmless as a dove. So we're teachers at the moment, but soon enough, Lord willing, we're gonna be hunting them down, man. And the 2/3 as well.
Alright, this is Zechariah 1 and 15. I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction.
And they did forward the affliction. Alright, look at this. What's it called in America? Child support. That's for us, man. To make Jake take money out of your pay packet. Alright? To give our women independence, so forth. There's no woman on the planet Earth that says I'm an independent woman other than the nigger woman, man. That shows you that she's been beguiled by the serpent. Very clear, man. And she's a guard dog for the white man, man. Say anything about them, they are rushing to defend them, man.
But this going to the Edomites, they were cheering it on. Psalms 137. Oh, you said one.
You can read that one, right?
137 verse 1. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yeah, we wept when we remembered Zion. We hang our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there they that carried us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion. How shall we sing Yahweh's song in a strange land? If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, you ought to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
They did that to us, man. So they're gonna get the same thing. They did that in Ireland to the tribe of Benjamin, man. Sliced the bellies open of the women and smashed the fetus. Go to the other one, man.
139 verse 21. Do not I hate them, O Yahweh, that I hate thee?
And this is King David, a man after the Lord's own heart. See?
And am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee? I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies.
There you go, man. So the Bible says, hate the evil, love the good. Alright? So the ones of you niggas that are loving them, alright, you love them more than God then, basically. Because the Lord tells you to separate from them. Do you know how deep that is? That you show love to your oppressor rather than God. That fed, clothed you, and is giving you everything, you know? That's why, you know what? These killings have to happen. And they're going to accelerate, man. And they're going to keep happening, man. Lord willing, there'll be a lynching in Brixton or something. And that will kick-start everything, man. You niggas are too comfortable being at the bottom, man. That's the problem, man. And you're not tired of being at the bottom as well.
Psalms 83 verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Most High. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
See? Crafty counsel, man. Crafty. I mean, who does craft? A witch, innit? Or a wizard, man. Okay?
Right. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
I don't think you Israelites realize that we were so wicked that God took our name away from us, man.
Yes.
That's how wicked we were. We were doing so much sins, he took our nationality away, and he's taken from the 2/3 anyway. They're just gonna die in their sins, man. That shows you how wicked. My cousin said it. Though he's an Israelite, he said we must have been wicked to get that judgment, man.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go on.
But it goes to show how Esau intergenerationally is hating us, man. Going from ancient Babylon and even to this present day, where it said, let's take crafty counsel against them. So it's like an intergenerational thing where the generations of Esau will forever hate the generations of Jacob.
Right.
That's right.
You know, as it goes in Genesis, they were fighting, striving in the womb before they were even born. You know?
That's it. Jacob and Esau, man. Right? And what happened? They said what? Jacob held Esau's heel, symbolizing he's going to bring him down.
So it said Ezekiel 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
That's why when you see them, I saw a bus run out. I think it was 2 crackers, little crackers, and I think the bus wheel was on one of their feet, man.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, man, mad. People had to lift the bus up to get them out. Hey, that Lord did that to them, man. Okay, but they haven't hated blood, you know. So blood is coming, man. And the Lord's got various ways of killing you, man. Like that woman that parachuted from a mountain and her parachute never opened. An Edomite, man. She went down and they said, we can't show you the body, it's too graphic. Yeah, man.
Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returneth.
That's right.
And I will fill his mountains with his slain men. In thy hills and in thy valleys and all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword.
And all your governments, because mountains is governments, isn't it? You know? So all your governments, your FBI, Council on Foreign Relations, the UN or whatever madness they've got, all that's gonna be gone, man. The Lord's gonna liquidate this place, as Apostle Tar says. See?
I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy cities shall not return. And ye shall know that I am the Lord. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there.
And if you look at our land, they've parted it, innit? You've got the Gaza Strip, is it? The Gaza Strip, and then them rats have got the rest of it, man. Yeah, Muslim Quarter. Yeah, you got Jewish people that are Christians, innit? You know? So they've parted our land, man. You don't understand, they're fighting over land that doesn't belong to either of them, man. But let's be fair, the Palestinians were there first. And look how the white man treats them. Okay? Finish it?
All right, this is Luke 1:68. Blessed be the Lord, power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people. He hath raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spoke by the mouth of the holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. And it says, Luke 1:71, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us.
You know, when anytime there's a meeting about, even like, you know, Stephen Lawrence thing and that, they had one bit where they had the mother, what's her name, Doreen Lawrence, and they said, we're speaking to Mr. Lawrence. Oh, sorry, Mrs. Lawrence. They couldn't even, you know, they called her a dude, man. And you should have seen her face. It was like, oh my God. But she's very clued up, man. She did, she's both of them. Death affects everyone in different ways. But her, she said, anger kept me going. All right? The Bible says, be angry and sin not. And she did that speech. And she said, this country doesn't deserve my son. That's why I'm gonna ship his body back to Jamaica, man. So he's not buried over here. Because she said the government here protects racist white bigots, man. You know? And they vandalized his plaque, a memorial. Why would you stick up for people like that, man? You know? Why would you, man? And in that day, listen, when all hell breaks loose, you niggas are gonna be in a quandary because you're so slave-minded. You're gonna, a few of you are gonna try and defend them, and then they're gonna kill you, which is a good thing, man.
Zechariah 11:4. Thus saith the power, my God, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
That's the perfect scripture for that Stephen Lawrence debacle, man. Who slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And you should have seen the way they were talking. The detectives, everything. Just like, this is an inconvenience to us. You know? They were wicked, man. That one?
And it says, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
Not the Nando's one, the other one.
Al Sharptons, your Jesse Jacksons. Al Sharpton came over around there in the 90s.
Al Sharpton.
Yeah, Al Sharpton, man. You know when he was fat? Remember he was fat back then, innit? Yeah, man. But Nelson Mandela said the more powerful. When he got involved, that's when things changed, man. Anymore?
It says, for I will no more pity the inhabitants of the land, saith the Lord. But lo, I will deliver the men, everyone, into his neighbour's hand, and into the hand of his king, and they shall smite the land, and out of their hand I will not deliver them.
Many of our people would rather save them than their own people, man. That shows you they're mentally ill. Therefore, they have to be put down, man. Right? First one? Zechariah 13:8.
2 Chronicles 19:1.
19:1.
2 Chronicles 19:1. And Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, returned to his house in peace to Jerusalem. And Jehu, the son of Hanani,
Soon.
the seer, was
Soon
out
gonna
to
change
meet
the
him
battery.
and said to the king Jehoshaphat, Shouldest thou help the ungodly
It's on the
and
black.
love them that hate Yahweh?
There you go. Read that bit again.
How many is on? How many
Jehu, the
is
son
on?
of
Don't worry. Just keep him back.
Hananiah, the seer,
Just
went
keep
out
him
to meet him
Yeah.
and said to Jehoshaphat,
Just keep him
shouldest thou help the ungodly
Alright.
and love them that hate the Lord?
There you go.
2 hours, isn't it? 2 hours and 3 minutes.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Therefore is wrath upon thee from before the Lord. Nevertheless, there are good things found in thee, and that thou hast taken away the groves out of the land, and hast prepared thine heart to seek the Most High.
And the Lord said, he said what? Should we help the ungodly, man? No.